Because a few of you have asked, I am going to show you. I just got done my workout, but I'm going to show you what I use for my workout. And then I want to just uh, really start off by talking about the atomic habits concept of making habits easy. So one of the reasons I picked this system, this is an X3 bar system. And funny story, I actually bought this back in 2020. Not this exact bar, the original bar, which is somewhere around here in the shed. That's another bar I picked up off of eBay when my wife started working out with me so that we would have two bars. But I didn't use it in 2020. And it sat in my basement, and I was strolling through Instagram or social media, and I saw RegFit bands, and I was like, this was probably 2023-ish, maybe. And I thought, oh, that would be great for travel, this, that. And I seriously contemplated buying the RegFit. And then something in the back of my head said, you moron, you have a system in the basement that you bought and never used. So it came in really handy, and what I started doing with it is I started traveling with it. And as James Clear says in his book, Atomic Habits, it's kind of like his example of driving to the gym parking lot but not going in. Which kind of sounds a little ridiculous, but when you think about it, if you train the habit to just go to the parking lot, then you've built that muscle, and then on top of that muscle, the next step would be going inside the gym for maybe 5 minutes. And you start simple with small things like that. So what I started doing was I started traveling with this. And then I started doing the basic program, and the basic program was basically 4 sets. So with these bands, you wrap them around these hooks, and then you can do different exercises with or without this foot plate. So this foot plate allows you to loop it under here. This is single band. You can also double band, which will double the resistance. There's definitely different exercises you can do. Some kind of familiar ones, like a bicep curl would be like this. It'd be a drag curl, so it wouldn't be a bicep curl in the way that you might think of it. But that was definitely one of the 4 exercises. And basically it was a push day and a pull day, and it was 4 sets. And it would take 15 to 20 minutes. So what I started doing was when I was traveling, I would literally unpack this out of the bag, and I would put it in front of the hotel door, so that literally I would have to really kind of embarrass myself to say, really, you don't have 20 minutes to do 4 exercises. And that's kind of how it started. And I mean, it's progressed. And it's definitely, I now do 24 to 26 sets each day. But that's because I'm trying to cut down and get rid of all the visceral fat off of me. So I am doing a cut down, and it's a pretty aggressive program. So, but it doesn't have to be. It can be 4 sets a day. The first 30 to 40 pounds I lost was doing 4 sets a day, 15 minutes a day plus walking. So it wasn't what I'm doing now, but that's kind of my point in sharing that with you is just start simple. I bought this. It doesn't have to be this. There's plenty of band systems out there. I know a lot of people like to argue about X3 versus Harambee. I can't say anything about that because I've only had X3. I do know that I have done traditional free weights. Never committed or consistent at all, but I do know that in traveling that the consistency in the gyms was probably a problem for me and a deterrent, because again, I put it in front of the doorway, so I have to step over it and kind of shame myself into doing it. I don't have to walk by the gym when I'm in the hotel. So it was just that lack of commitment at first had to start small for me and kind of gradually get to where it is now. So bands, I think, are a great way. Obviously, I think I'm getting pretty nicely developed. So I bands are working for me. So a lot of people kind of have a stereotype about bands, but my coach is a bodybuilding champion, like number 3 in the world, and that's what he uses is X3 bar and resistance bands, and I can tell you his results are amazing. So hope this helps, and I hope that you have an amazing day.